Let me speak to you as a woman who understands how women think and what truly drives our choices. In today's dating world, women have more options than ever before. With social media, dating apps, and everyday interactions, she can have several men interested in her at the same time. That means if you want her to choose you, you need to understand how her mind works and what makes one man stand out above the rest. Here's what you need to know. Women don't always choose the man with the most money, the best looks, or the flashiest lifestyle. Those things might grab attention for a moment, but they don't guarantee a real decision. What makes a woman choose a man is deeper. It's about how he positions himself in her life, how he makes her feel safe, valued, and excited at the same time. From my perspective as a woman, I can tell you that when we weigh our options, we're not just asking who's attractive, we're asking who feels like the best investment of my heart, my time, and my future. That's why I want to walk you through very specific tactics that actually work. Not games, not tricks, but real approaches that tap into female psychology. When you learn these, you'll notice something shift. Instead of chasing her or competing with the other men, you'll become the one she quietly places above everyone else. You'll be the man she doesn't want to risk losing. Stay with me, because what I'm about to share with you will change how you approach women from this day forward. Let's get into it.
1. Stand out early. When a woman has multiple men interested in her, the first impression you create is critical. It's the moment she mentally places you in one of two categories. Either you're just another guy trying to win her over, or you're the man who instantly feels different. And believe me, as a woman, I can tell you that difference is everything. Standing out doesn't mean being louder, flashier, or trying to prove your worth. In fact, doing too much at the start often works against you. Women notice energy more than anything. If you come across as desperate, eager to impress, or trying too hard, she'll sense it immediately. But if you approach her calmly, with steady confidence, it communicates something powerful. You're not intimidated by her, and you're not competing with other men. You're simply showing up as yourself. Confidence in those first moments is key. That means your body language, your tone, and even the way you look at her should project certainty. Maintain eye contact without being overbearing, stand tall, and speak clearly. This isn't about acting like someone else. It's about removing the nervous energy that makes so many men blend into the background. Women are naturally drawn to men who seem grounded because it signals strength and reliability. Another way to stand out early is through intention. Too many men waste time with small talk that feels like every other conversation she's had. Instead, make your words meaningful. Ask her something genuine that shows you're actually paying attention to who she is, not just what she looks like. A thoughtful question or a comment that makes her think will stay in her mind long after other men's generic compliments fade away. And here's something most men don't realize. Women test early. She may act a little distant or give short answers at first. It's not always rejection. It's her way of seeing how you handle it. Do you get flustered and try harder, or do you stay calm and comfortable in yourself? If you pass this subtle test, you immediately rise above the rest. The truth is, first impressions in the dating world aren't just about looks or charm. They're about energy, presence, and the unspoken message you send without even trying. If you want her to choose you, you need to plant the seed right away that you're not like every other man circling around her. You're confident, intentional, and comfortable in your own skin. That's what makes a woman curious about you, and curiosity is the first step to attraction. 2. Build emotional connection. Once you've made a strong first impression, the next step is creating a connection that feels deeper than surface-level attraction. And here's something most men don't realize. Women remember how you make them feel far more than what you say. A man who can stir emotions, whether it's laughter, comfort, or excitement, will always stand out above a man who just looks good or has material things. Emotional connection starts with listening. I don't mean nodding while she talks. I mean actually paying attention to what she says, asking follow-up questions, and remembering details. When a woman realizes you actually hear her, she feels seen and valued. This is rare for us, because many men are too focused on what they'll say next instead of what we're sharing. If you can give her your genuine presence in conversation, you immediately become different from most men she deals with. Next, don't be afraid to show your personality. Too many men think they need to play a role or act perfect. But what creates connection is authenticity. Share your opinions, your stories, and even your quirks. When a woman senses that you're real and unapologetic about who you are, she feels safe being herself around you too. And that's when real bonding starts, when she can let her guard down. Humor also plays a big role here. Making her laugh isn't about being a comedian. It's about creating a light energy that makes her enjoy your company. Laughter lowers defenses and makes time with you memorable. A woman may forget the exact words you said, but she'll never forget the way she felt when you made her laugh during a stressful day. Another key part of emotional connection is vulnerability. This doesn't mean oversharing or unloading your problems on her, but it does mean showing that you're human. If everything about you feels guarded or untouchable, she can't form a real bond. Opening up in small ways about your goals, your passions, or even challenges you've overcome creates trust. And trust is one of the strongest building blocks in female psychology when it comes to choosing a partner. Finally, balance emotional depth with lightness. Don't turn every conversation into an interview or therapy session. Mix in fun, teasing, and shared experiences. Invite her into moments, not just discussions. Whether it's trying new food together, sharing music, or having inside jokes, those little shared experiences create emotional anchors that make her feel closer to you. Remember this, a woman may admire another man's looks or lifestyle, but she'll choose the man who consistently makes her feel alive, safe, and understood. If you can build that emotional connection, she'll see you as more than just an option. She'll start to see you as the only choice worth making. 3. Show subtle confidence. Confidence is one of the most attractive traits a man can have, but let me make something clear from a woman's perspective. Real confidence is quiet, not loud. It doesn't scream for attention, and it doesn't try to prove anything. It's the calm certainty in the way you carry yourself, the way you speak, and the way you handle situations. And when a woman senses this in you, she instantly places you above other men competing for her attention. Subtle confidence starts with presence. When you enter a room, don't shrink, but also don't overcompensate. Walk with steady movements, shoulders back, and head up. Women pick up on body language more than most men realize. A man who moves with intention signals strength without saying a word. You don't have to announce yourself. Your presence alone does the talking. Another part of confidence is how you communicate. Speak clearly and at a natural pace. Don't rush your words as if you're nervous about keeping her attention. Take your time and allow pauses. It shows that you're comfortable in your own skin. Confidence isn't about having the loudest voice. It's about speaking with certainty. And when a woman hears that certainty, it draws her in. The way you handle pressure also reveals your confidence. Women test men, often without even realizing it. She might cancel plans last minute, make a sarcastic comment, or go quiet to see how you react. A man without confidence will become defensive, needy, or frustrated. But a confident man doesn't flinch. He adapts, responds calmly, and keeps his composure. That calm response communicates that you're in control of yourself, and that's deeply attractive. Confidence also shows up in decision-making. Too many men hesitate or constantly ask her what she wants to do. While including her in choices is important, don't be afraid to lead. Suggest plans, make recommendations, and guide moments. When you take initiative, it shows her that you're a man who knows what he wants. Women admire decisiveness because it signals strength and security. Here's something else. Confidence doesn't mean arrogance. Arrogance is about putting others down to lift yourself up. Confidence is about being secure without needing validation. The subtle difference is everything. A woman will quickly be turned off by arrogance, but she'll be drawn to the quiet, consistent confidence of a man who respects others while standing firm in who he is. Finally, remember that confidence is built, not performed. Take care of your health, improve your skills, and work on your goals. A man who is consistently improving himself naturally carries confidence because he knows his value. And that kind of confidence, the kind that comes from within, can't be faked. When you show subtle confidence, you become magnetic. You don't have to chase her or fight for her attention. She'll notice you on her own. Because deep down, every woman wants a man who makes her feel secure, and nothing communicates that better than true confidence. 4. Create mystery. One of the most powerful ways to set yourself apart in a woman's mind is to create a sense of mystery. Now, mystery doesn't mean being confusing or distant to the point she feels ignored. It's about leaving room for curiosity, allowing her to want to know more about you instead of giving everything away all at once. From a woman's perspective, this is one of the strongest pulls you can create. Think about it. When a man lays out every detail about himself too soon, there's nothing left to discover. He removes the thrill. But when he shares himself slowly, in pieces, it keeps a woman engaged. She starts asking herself questions about you, replaying moments in her head, and wondering what else you have going on in your life. That curiosity keeps her attention locked on you, even when other men are trying to impress her. Mystery starts with balance. Share enough about yourself to show personality and depth, but hold back just enough to keep her interested. For example, if she asks about your goals, you might give her a clear but brief answer, then shift the focus back to her. She'll feel like she learned something meaningful, but she'll also notice you didn't overshare. That subtle restraint creates intrigue. Another way to create mystery is through your lifestyle. If you're always available, always texting back instantly, and constantly trying to meet up, she feels like she already has full access to you. But when you have your own life, your own priorities, and a schedule that doesn't revolve around her, it sends a strong message. Your time is valuable. This naturally makes her wonder about what you're doing, who you're with, and why you're not chasing her like the others. Mystery also comes from unpredictability. That doesn't mean being inconsistent or unreliable. It means adding variety. Don't always take her to the same places or have the same conversations. Switch things up. Surprise her with something she didn't see coming, whether it's a new activity, an unexpected compliment, or a playful remark. These moments keep her emotionally engaged and guessing what's next. A key part of mystery is restraint with validation. Compliment her, yes, but don't shower her with it constantly. Too much praise makes you predictable and can even weaken your value in her eyes. Instead, give her compliments when they matter, when they feel genuine, and when she doesn't see them coming. It keeps your words powerful because they're not given too freely. Finally, remember this. Women are naturally curious. If you feed that curiosity the right way, she'll invest more energy thinking about you than about any other man. She'll replay conversations, wonder about your silence, and feel an urge to get closer to you just to fill in the blanks. That's the power of mystery. It makes you unforgettable in her mind. 5. Be consistent. Mystery can spark her curiosity, but consistency is what builds her trust. And when a woman is comparing her options, trust is one of the strongest deciding factors in who she chooses. From my perspective as a woman, I can tell you this. The man who makes her feel secure through his actions will always stand out against men who are unpredictable, unreliable, or inconsistent. Consistency doesn't mean being boring or predictable in a bad way. It means that your words and actions align. If you say you'll call, you actually call. If you promise to meet her at a certain time, you show up. These may sound like small things, but women notice them, and they carry more weight than you realize. Every time you follow through, you're silently telling her, "You can count on me." And trust me, in a world where many men make promises they don't keep, that reliability makes you rare. Consistency also applies to your attitude. If you're calm, confident, and grounded one day, but needy or insecure the next, she starts to doubt your stability. Women naturally look for stability in a partner because it signals emotional strength and long-term potential. A man who maintains his composure no matter the situation communicates maturity and self-control, qualities that instantly set him apart. Another area where consistency matters is in communication. You don't have to text her 24/7, but when you do communicate, be steady. Don't disappear for long stretches and then reappear expecting her full attention. That kind of behavior makes a woman feel like she's being toyed with, and it weakens attraction. Instead, show that you're reliable while still maintaining your independence. This balance builds both trust and respect. Consistency in values is equally important. If you talk about being a man of standards and principles, but then compromise those values just to impress her or fit in, she will notice. Women respect men who stand firm in what they believe and who live by their own code. That consistency shows strength of character, and it tells her she can rely on you, not just in small things, but in big decisions too. Here's something else most men overlook. Consistency doesn't only benefit her, it benefits you. When you're consistent, you set the tone of the relationship. She learns how to treat you based on what you consistently allow or disallow. If you consistently respect yourself, protect your time, and maintain your boundaries, she'll adapt to that energy and treat you with the same respect. At the end of the day, women don't want a roller coaster. They want a steady foundation. When she's comparing her choices, she'll notice who gives her emotional stability and who doesn't. The flashy guy may get her attention for a moment, but the consistent man earns her trust for the long run. And when it comes down to making a choice, trust often wins over excitement. 6. Trigger. Her imagination. One of the most overlooked tactics in modern dating is learning how to trigger a woman's imagination. You see, attraction isn't only about what she sees in front of her. It's also about the pictures she paints in her mind when she thinks about you. If you can make her imagine a future with you, moments with you, and experiences she hasn't yet had, you automatically rise above the men who only live in the present moment with her. So how do you do this? Start with your conversations. Don't just stick to surface-level topics like work or daily routines. Instead, sprinkle in language that makes her visualize things. For example, instead of saying, "I like traveling," say, "There's this mountain I hiked last year. The view from the top was unreal. You'd love it." Notice the difference? One is flat information. The other is a story that pulls her imagination into your world. Another way to trigger her imagination is through future pacing. Without being pushy, casually paint pictures of things you could do together. For instance, if she mentions loving Italian food, you might say, "You haven't had real pasta until you've tried this little place I know. We'd have to go sometime. It's light, it's playful, and it makes her think about being with you in that scenario. That small seed grows in her mind, and she starts imagining you as part of her experiences. Subtle compliments can also spark imagination. Instead of only saying, "You look nice," add something that makes her feel the moment. "I like that smile. It looks like you're hiding a story." That kind of comment isn't just a compliment, it invites her to reveal more and creates curiosity about what you're seeing in her. Imagination is also triggered by emotional variety. Don't just keep things flat and safe all the time. Tease her playfully, then switch to being serious for a moment. Share something vulnerable, then shift to making her laugh. This contrast creates emotional layers, and women often replay these interactions in their minds later. That replay builds attraction, because she can't stop thinking about how she feels around you. One important thing to understand is that women often connect dots on their own. You don't have to spell everything out. Leave little gaps for her to fill in. If you mention a hobby, don't explain every detail. Let her ask questions and imagine the rest. That space makes her feel like there's always more to learn about you. Here's the truth. When a woman lies in bed at night, thinking about her day, the man who has triggered her imagination is the one she'll dwell on. Not the one who sent the longest text or tried the hardest, but the one who left her with mental images and feelings she can't shake off. If you can master this, you'll live in her mind rent-free, and that's a powerful advantage over any other man in the picture. 7. Be her best choice. At the end of the day, a woman with multiple options is going to choose the man who feels like the best overall choice for her. Not the safest choice, not the flashiest choice, the best choice. And that decision isn't made on one single factor, but on the combination of everything she feels and sees in you. If you want her to choose you above everyone else, you need to understand what makes you that man in her eyes. Being her best choice starts with showing balance. Too many men fall into extremes. Either they're overly nice, giving her everything she wants in hopes of being chosen, or they swing the other way and act detached, trying to appear mysterious by withholding too much. Neither of those works in the long run. What women truly respond to is a man who knows how to balance strength with care. She wants to feel secure with you, but she also wants to feel desired. She wants to know you can lead, but also that you value her voice. That balance is what makes you feel complete in her eyes. Another part of being her best choice is showing growth. Women naturally look at the future, even when they're enjoying the present. She's not just asking, "Who is this man now?" She's asking, "Who is he becoming?" If she sees a man with ambition, discipline, and a vision for his life, she feels excited about building with him. But if she sees a man who's stagnant, who has no direction, then no matter how attractive or fun he is, he won't feel like her best option. Also, don't underestimate the role of respect. A woman compares not only how a man treats her, but also how he treats himself and others. If you consistently respect yourself, keep your boundaries, and handle people with dignity, she'll admire you. Respect is magnetic. It shows maturity, and it separates you from men who lack self-control or integrity. Another element is emotional leadership. Women are naturally drawn to men who can steady the ship when things get rocky. Life is unpredictable, and she wants to know that if she chooses you, she's choosing stability, not chaos. If you can keep your cool during challenges and guide situations with calm authority, you become the man she trusts to handle life with her. Lastly, being her best choice means never competing with other men. You don't have to. The more you focus on yourself, your growth, and your bond with her, the more obvious it becomes to her that the others don't measure up. When she feels that choosing you elevates her life, emotionally, mentally, and even socially, the decision is easy. Remember this. She doesn't want the man who tries the hardest to convince her. She wants the man who naturally proves, through his presence, his consistency, and his vision, that he is the best choice. Be that man, and you won't just be another option. You'll be the only option. Now you understand what truly makes a woman choose one man over the rest. It's not luck, and it's not chance. It's about how you carry yourself, how you connect, and how you stand out. Women always compare their options, and the man who shows confidence, mystery, consistency, and emotional strength will always rise above the noise. Apply these tactics and watch how her attention shifts. Don't chase, don't compete. Just position yourself as the man who makes her feel something no one else can. When you do, she won't just choose you, she'll want to keep choosing you.